Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna here. Season 5 brought some new perks to the table, and I think everyone was freaking about Combat Scout, but now we have had a couple of days to try it out. What do you think? Drop that straight away in the comments below. We're gonna talk about the new Tempered and the new Combat Scout right now, and I'll tell you why I think it's kind of overrated, can be good, and the Tempered is completely useless, but on the same time, it does actually have its use. First, let's look at the Tempered. Tempered has to compete with Overkill, High Alert, Ghost, Restock. So obviously, after you get your Overkill, second loadout, you could take Tempered, but that seems kind of late and kind of useless because why wouldn't you take Ghost? High Alert also get buffed. Now you can hear the footsteps from players using Dead Silence. The problem about High Alert is kinda that Cold-Blooded counters High Alert and negates Combat Scout. So if everybody runs Cold-Blooded right now to counter Combat Scout, High Alert is kind of completely useless. So let's strike that for now. You still have Restock, which actually gives you unlimited stuns, thermites, semtex, whatsoever. And obviously you have Ghost making you invisible to the respective UAVs, radar drones, and so on. So why would you use Tempered, where you can use 2 plates to armor up? The good thing about Tempered is Tempered gives you 4 times the full armor up because before you're out of plates. So let's say if you're a sniper player that is playing very defensive with their team, camping a building where it doesn't matter if you have Ghost or not, Tempered might be an option to then be like restock, boom, and you can do it very often. So Tempered for sniper player, for team camping, yes, but I think the real use for the Tempered perk will be a comeback loadout. So if you die, and then zone 4 or something like that, come back from the gulag, or your teammates rescue zone 5 and you go down to the loadout, then the Tempered perk allows you for a fully loaded, fully armored loadout, because you start with 2 plates, and these 2 plates mean that you have 150 armor straight away without picking up anything. So you land on the loadout, boom, descend down, straight up, pick up your guns, and you're fully armored. For that, I would really go for a dual wield Sykov. Yes, it seems a little bit crazy, but the advantage of the dual wield Sykov is that you straight away start with 160 bullets in the gun. So you land, boom, akimbo Sykov, 160 bullets in the gun, you can compete with everyone. At the same time, I would most likely use an LMG to actually come back. Why an LMG? More bullets. The Stoner starts with a really nice amount of bullets, more than the 50 round AR straight away. You start with the 75 rounds. You could go for the 120 round version even. When you go for Task Force, Agency Suppressor, I play with the 4 times. If you want to play with the 3 times, do that. And then there's a Field Agent Grip, and I play with the Airborne Elastic Rifle for better ADS time. But if you're just coming back from the gulag, you might as well put on the 120 round mag or the 120 round speed mag. Both are actually okay. So you would instantly have a rifle that can challenge everything on the range, but you start straight away with 120 bullets. So you have fully loaded, more or less. You have the new perk, so you're fully armored. So you don't have to pick up a single plate. You're ready to fight. And if you find 1 single plate, it's instantly 75 shield. Because if you find a single shield lying around, it's 50 shield. So even if you would lose 2 plates, you only need 2 plates to restore. And that's really good for a potential comeback loadout. Yes, you'll be seen by Ghost, but you at least have full armor and you can fully fight back. For your last perk, obviously you have to choose still between Tracker, Combat Scout, and Battle Hardened. So that is a rough choice to make here, because for my eyes, Battle Hardened obviously often, yes, can work, but if you're in an open zone, kind of useless because you're not so liable to fall to a stun or so on. It's a very open zone, you see people coming. And you only use if you have guns that don't swap fast. For example, the Stoner swaps like an AR, not like an LMG. So you don't actually need M because you don't swap faster back to the pistols. I do generally feel like that M is absolutely overrated, because in most cases, if you're playing smart, you're going to have the gun, if you understand the gun, that you need in the right situation already whipped out. M, in my eyes, is often not really needed apart from super flashy plays. But if you're playing smart, M is completely overrated, in my eyes. Then we're going for Tracker versus Combat Scout. Combat Scout is really good. Check this clip to see its full potential of possibilities. Here's a full clip of Symphony using the Combat Scout perk. And the most important part here is it's completely unnecessary, because he shoots through this. He knows they're going to be coming up. He sees them with the Combat Scout perk. But realistically, knowing that people are there and then getting the hit markers is enough information to just beam through it. So technically, yes, the Combat Scout gives him a good information, but practically, was it needed? Did he 100% need it? The answer is no. He could have won that fight without two, because you get the hit markers, you know he's there, you just keep shooting. Obviously, it gives you kind of a bonus feeling of security, and not everyone is that good as Symphony, so it might actually help. In general, the Combat Scout perk is a nice thing because it gives vision to your whole team. So if one guy has it, can be useful. But all in all, I have to ask you one question. Don't you think it's better, for example, to have Tracker to know a person has been there and has moved there, than to actually potentially know a person is moving behind a wall that you already know? So if you shoot someone and he moves behind a wall that you can't shoot through, you know he's there. You know, Combat Scout gives you knowledge after you shoot someone, and Tracker gives you knowledge before you shoot someone. So with Tracker, you could find an opponent that might be hiding because you see his footsteps. You know he's been traversing there just a few seconds ago. With Combat Scout, you have to know he's there, or you have to shoot him to get the information. Obviously, you could also throw a grenade in, but if you throw a grenade in and you get a hit marker, you know the person is there anyways. So again, if then the person leaves the room, yes, you could see that for 2 seconds, but Tracker just holds longer, up to 6 seconds where you see the footsteps. So Tracker, all in all, in my eyes, is way better than Combat Scout. I know Combat Scout seems cool and flashy and fun and everything. And if one person in your team has it, it's good. But I assume if you're playing quads and if you're nuts to butting, which you should do anyways if you're not that super high kitty ultra players, then you should nuts to butts. So having one player have Tracker and having one player have Combat Scout makes sense. But there is always, for me in solos, Tracker over Combat Scout, because the bonus information I get from Tracker is insane. Battle Hardened on the other side can be good. I would choose Battle Hardened mostly in solo if you really want to play in, or in Rebirth Island. But generally, Battle Hardened always happens in a moment where you then outplayed yourself. I mean, obviously people can run up and stun you just randomly, but usually you do know that someone is coming, you do hear them coming, stuff like that, apart from the dead silence on you, or the dead silence on you. It's not like Battle Hardened is going to help you to then avoid the stun even better. But if they stun you, you can always stun back and then fight them. So Battle Hardened is, for me, often a wasted perk. I prefer Tracker for knowing people are there, have been there, or then Combat Scout. But Tracker is always my choice, number one. What perks are you running right now? I would say Tempered is really, for my comeback loadout, definitely a choice. But realistically, I've been running High Alert over Ghost for the longest time right now. But since High Alert is getting countered by Cold-Blooded, and High Alert now is kind of useless, obviously not everyone always has Cold-Blooded, but I'm going back to Cold-Blooded, Ghost, and Tracker pretty much. Obviously for my first loadout, I pick up Overkill, because Overkill is just as good as it is. But then I obviously do go for Tracker straight away. Cold-Blooded, Overkill, Tracker. Those are my perks I would 100% play every single time over and over again. Doesn't matter which map. Tracker on Verdansk too good, Tracker on Rebirth Island too good. But what perks are you running? What are you going for currently? What is your thoughts on the new perks? Do they make sense, or do they seem just like... I mean, everyone was whining about Combat Scout so much in the beginning, but the reality is it's not OP. It's not even that good in my eyes. I know a lot of you will play it, and yes, I've played it too, and yes, there was a moment where through a thermite, the thermite beam perfectly told me when the person was walking up. Obviously, I could also hear the person, so I could play from audio, but Combat Scout gave me bonus security. And I think that's important for a lot of players, this feeling of bonus security that then makes it worth it. Tell me in the comments below what you think. I would like to have an open, interesting discussion with you about this. Definitely going to be reacting to the comments there. Wish you a fantastic good day. Thanks for being here with me, subscribing, enjoying, hopefully having a fantastic good time. Hope to see you all tomorrow again in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.